I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's forgetful 100%. Hi everyone, I'm Jacob. I'm the CowHatLibrarian. And this was an interesting one. It is Minnie and Milo, the Big Flappy Ears by Venita, Dimos, and Natashia, Curtin. As our story starts, Minnie and Milo are quite good friends. And Minnie, contrary to her name, has enormous ears, but she doesn't necessarily listen very good with them. When her mom says to clean her room, Minnie ends up playing with toys and video games and getting in trouble. When Milo says Minnie can have a small taste of his ice cream, she eats the whole thing. When her teacher says not to lean back in a chair, she crashes it over. And she's just not very good at listening and paying attention. And things come to a head when she messes up and misses the departure time for their big field trip that she was looking forward to so much. And Milo suggests that she think of ways to make her ears listen better. So she pegs them and eats things to try to make her ears bigger so she can listen even better, and tries cleaning them out with a vacuum cleaner, which obviously is a disaster. But she finally comes to realize that it's not so much that she's having trouble listening, it's that she needs to remember stuff and focus on keeping it in her memory and brain and not just let it pass by. And an encounter with a vehicle and a crossing guard gives her an idea that she needs signs. Signs everywhere telling her to stop and listen. And her teacher isn't thrilled about this idea, and she ends up with a small one on her desk. And things get a little bit better after that, even if they are, in fact, not perfect. And that's the end of the story. Now, the story is fine. It comes across as the story of a child who maybe has some undiagnosed ADHD or something similar, and it comes across as a story about that and learning to deal with it a little bit. And the friendship between Milo and Minnie is quite good, even if Milo gets the short end of the stick with things like the ice cream and other things. He's a good friend to Minnie and genuinely tries to help her out. And her teacher is, all things considered, fairly patient with Minnie and her misdemeanors. And it's told well enough, but unfortunately the rest of the story doesn't carry on with that idea. It just goes with the very prevalent idea that if Minnie tries harder, she can do it. And that's it. There's no intervention, there's no medication, there's no things other than her putting a sign on her desk and trying harder. And I'm not sure that's the best message anymore. The more and more that we as a society learn that neurotypical people aren't necessarily the majority or the only way to do things, the more we learn about how ADD and ADHD and being on the autism spectrum present themselves, the more we learn that just saying try harder isn't good enough. And I'm worried that this book has the wrong message if that's where it's going. So I think it was fine as a book to read to kids and get a little bit of entertainment out of it. I think it's fine to read as a book, just reminding people that, yeah, you do need to listen and pay attention and remember stuff. You can't let it just wash over you and let it disappear forever. But I wouldn't recommend it be part of a story time about neurodiversity. I don't think it hits the right notes for that. Now, if you'd like something on a similar topic that I kind of felt the same way about, you could also try Wake Me Up in 20 Coconuts, because it covers some of the same ground. The idea that there's this person that is presented as, when I read it, possibly either on the autism spectrum or having some form of ADHD or ADD, and trying to understand stuff that someone told them in a way they just didn't understand. And that one isn't quite as on the nose as this one, so it worked a little better if that's what the author was trying for. But yeah, I could see the two of them being paired up. The art style was just fine, clean lines, colorful enough images, and very, very effective showing of emotions on Minnie's face. It's not necessarily always easy to show a happy or sad elephant, but the creators nailed it. So, while I wasn't its biggest fan, as just a standalone story, it was fine, and you can do a lot worse. So yeah, go ahead and borrow it from your local library. While I'm on that topic, if you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library, why not take just 1 minute and tell the powers that be exactly that? Tell your mayor, tell a councillor, tell your MP or MLA that you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library. We're at a time where some public libraries are having trouble finding sustainable funding to continue improving the materials, programs, and services they offer, and a few good words in the right ears might make a world of difference. If by some chance you're a library staff member, don't forget, watching my videos counts as professional development time. With that, thank you for listening to me ramble ambivalently about this one. By all means, please like, please subscribe, and please check back to see what else I have to talk about from the CowHat Library. Thank you. Bye now.